Sorry, for some reason my video cut in half. This is part two. B Magic, a lot of people, I hate this, man. I don't even get enough views, you feel me? So now niggas ain't gonna want to watch part two, you feel me? Whatever. B Magic, he's beating most of the top tier niggas. You go through B Magic resume. Charlie Clips, niggas say he beat him. Conceited, niggas say he beat him. Big T, terrible battle, but people say he beat him. Tay Rock, people say he beat him. DNA, he definitely beat him. 5 people, bro. 5 people. And I can't even count a veteran on URL that I think John we could say beat. You feel me? It was just a bunch of debatables with John. There's no knock to him, but I'm saying the reason why I would put B Magic in the top 3, because as far as like what he's done, he's to me he's number 2. Doesn't have as much views, hasn't marketed himself as well as John has, but he is put in a lot of work. This nigga out the gate, after he was coming up with everybody, all the people he had to run through, Smack gave him Chilla Jones and Real Deal, like niggas on the come up. B Magic had a lot of undercards before he finally got a shot. He had a lot of PGs he had to run through before he finally got a shot. So B Magic put a lot of blood into the game. He put a lot of work into it. I don't know where his stock dropped. Again, if you guys checked out my video, Summer Madness 4, he arguably beats Conceited, and then the nigga's gone. He's just gone. I don't know what happened to him. And then he doesn't show up on the Rookies versus Vet. I don't know if he was supposed to battle Ty Law, but I feel like his stock dropped, which you can't say that to about a lot of people, because of just maybe it was business, or it wasn't off of what he did. Now he lost some stock in the fact that he wasn't taking these other battles seriously outside URL. He was just collecting bread, and then what happens? He has a lot of battles. But overall, man, B Magic was at one point he was even talked about as like the number 1 guy. Like he was one of the best. You feel me? He's still the best punchliner of all time. But he was Arsenal in his battle, I think, with, I don't know if it was Averb or somebody. He was like, who's the best in the Midwest? He says B Magic, or Clean. I think he said that against Clean. You feel me? So B Magic, number 2, just off of the work that he put in, man. He beat the most top tiers out of any PG. T-Top, we'll say T-Top hasn't even beaten. The only top tier that T-Top beat was Math, but it was a significant victory because he 3-0'd Math. You get me? So T-Top, to me, he was the quickest rising PG. You know what I'm saying? After John battled Hitman, this nigga had to go through K Shine, Cortez, Math Hoffa, got Reed Dollars, and then he got to Verb. Like, this nigga was working his way up. While T-Top, he sort of shot up because he was more marketable. I think T-Top just had a style that was very acceptable. Also, the fact that T-Top, we gotta give him credit because he was the number 1 guy. T-Top was the number 1 guy in his class. He beat everybody in the tournament, and he earned the opportunity of battling Clips, but on a platform that made it convenient. This is where I separate John and his shot. John got a shot from Hitman off of what he was doing, and just off of, saying, yo, battle me and stuff like that, right? T-Top got his shot off of the work he put in, but the platform assisted him. So I feel like his shot, in a sense, isn't to the same level, because it's not like he just got Clips. He got a shot from the platform. And then what happens? He battles Suge. Suge, in a sense, people say 3-0'd him, though it was a great battle on both sides. But then he gets T-Rex. Even though T-Rex stock was dropping, he got T-Rex on Summer Madness 5. So once again, I feel after losing the Suge, you get T-Rex Summer Madness 5. I feel the platform helped him again. So I feel like the reason why I didn't put T-Top and John on the same level yet is because he's been getting a bit of assistance from the platform. No offense to him. But what happens? Things switch around when he had a great battle with Rex, But things switch around when he battles Math Hoffa. He battles Math, he 3-0s Math. He earned the opportunity for Surf to reach out to him and say, yo, I want to battle you. A battler that John John's been trying to battle. So I would say T-Top is technically, I wouldn't say neck and neck just yet, because he did get some assistance from the platform. Depending on how this battle with Surf goes, he may just be neck and neck with John John as far as like PG. I wouldn't say PG GOAT, because John John put in more work than T-Top. But I would say as far as like the number one PG GOAT, number one PG, it's the same thing. But as far as, well, we could say Hollow the Dawn is the battle rap GOAT, but Surf, it was considered the number one battle rapper. So in the same way, T-Top's like the number one dude, though I think Tay-Rock is right now. T-Top's the number one dude. Surf is still up there. T-Top is the number one dude, but John John's the GOAT just off of the work he's put in. So T-Top to me is top three just based off of when you consider he's battled more top tiers on Smack than I think any other PG aside from B Magic and John John. And he 3-0'd the top tier on Smack. You feel me? None of these PGs have done that. So he's got to be top three. And I'm just talking about facts of what they've done, the numbers they make, all that stuff. Now, after that, I have three more PGs in consideration. We have Young Cannon. I'm going to consider Young Cannon too. I forgot about Young Cannon. I got to look into Young Cannon's situation. But these other PGs, we have Ill Will. Ill Will, although he hasn't really beaten the top tier, Ill Will has put in a lot of... I put Ill Will as a 6 though, but I'm going to work my way up and explain. Ill Will, the number one PG of his class, beat everybody in the tournament. He's got a lot of views. And he's just a very likable PG. And he just had a classic with Rum Nitty. You know, so it showed on Smack. I hate to, you know, say, oh, when it's on Smack it counts. But usually, especially when you're a PG, it just, the numbers don't lie. It counts a whole lot more on Smack. Just saying, I watch all leagues, but it does technically count more on Smack just off of the impact that you're making through the views. So Ill Will did his thing with Rum Nitty. So he has a classic under his belt on Smack. He has classic performances on Smack. He is a very notable PG because a lot of people know his name. He has a lot of views, and he is a tournament winner. So he's definitely a memorable PG, and he could go down on the Mount Rushmore if they ever have one. Big K is somebody else that could go on the Mount Rushmore because he's a PG that left URL and built his name off of URL. Not too many people can do that. So Big K is another one. I got him at number 5 because Big K had classic performances off of Smack. He was a contender of the Battler of the Year, and he's considered top 5. Like a lot of people think he's top 5. He's one of the best. I mean, regardless of even if it's just opinion, at the end of the day, a lot of people, just the buzz that he has, he was able to create a buzz almost as big as Tay-Rock's off of Smack. That's a hard thing to do. He's one of the people niggas beg to get back on Smack because of how great he is. So he's definitely a PG that should be in consideration in the Mount Rushmore as one of the most memorable, notable, and impactful PGs of all time. And then you have Chilla Jones, who I have at number 4. A lot of people think he's boring or he's whack or whatever, but let's be real. Chilla Jones has created a great impact off of Smack, just like Big K, but the difference is he's had countless classics. He's battled a lot of veterans off of Smack, which Ill Will and Big K hasn't really done. He's battled Conceited, he's battled Disaster, he had a classic with Math Hoffa, a classic with Daylight, he's battled DNA on Smack, even though the battle was At the end of the day, he's battled a lot of veterans just off of the fact that he's known as the Kingpin, and he was able to market himself well outside of Smack. He became the scheme guy. He had that classic with JC. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because even though it's a battle between two PGs, it is one of those classics that goes in the books. That helps him. That gets his name out there. That makes him known. And he built his name off of the schemes. So Chilla Jones is a memorable ass PG Everybody knows him, regardless of how you feel about him. It's the impact that he's had as a battle rapper coming from the PGs. So, honorable mentions, Danny Myers, he built his name, coming from the West Coast, became a PG. Now he's known as Bar God. I'm personally not too moved by Danny. No offense to him. Like, I think he does his thing, but personally, I'm not too moved by his style. But I'm never gonna deny what he has done in battle rap. He has given a lot of classics off of Smack. He's done, his B-Dot battle, his Chilla Jones battle, recently his Young Cannon battle. He's done a lot, and he's made his name. Another honorable mention would be Young Cannon, because Young Cannon has been killing other PGs. He's a PG killer, but I don't know if he's a PG, so I don't know if I should mention that. Like, he's been in the Proving Grounds, but is he a PG? I don't know. Niggas that I like, I can't say are honorable mentions because of the lack of impact. JC to me should be a contender of the Battle of the Year, because JC is beating a lot of guys. He's just beating a lot of no names, which is cool and all. The only thing is, JC has been consistent. He's been doing his thing constantly. His pen has constantly improved. He's an excellent writer. But as far as the impact of what he has done in his career, I don't think his impact is that great. Clean, known as like one of the favorite battlers. His charisma is phenomenal. I love to hear this nigga spit. Like, when he goes, he's funny, he's entertaining, but just the impact isn't there. Rosenberg Raw's been consistent, battling continuously. Like, he's been just doing his thing. The impact isn't there. Jonai kept his name up. New PG, just doing his thing. His pen is ridiculous, but unfortunately the impact isn't there. So overall, you got a lot of good PGs. I would say, as far as contenders for the Mount Rushmore, definitely John the Don, definitely B Magic, and definitely T Top. And then we could put in the Chilla Jones, the Big K, and the Ill Will. Well, that's about it.